Okay, Shalom, Shalom, Kwam Yashala, Koholo Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachachodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, and by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the water to all you Akim and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Love Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. Zachanan, the walk just coming at you with another quick lesson. Pray that it's edifying by the Spirit. And just wanted to just touch on Esau Edom, which is the biblical name for the so-called white man. That's their biblical name. They're not white. They're actually pinkish to reddish in color. When you go into the scriptures, it talks about Esau coming out red. And that's their color, man. They're pinkish to reddish in color. They are not white people. They are not white. White is not a nationality. You will not find a white race of people in the scriptures. Everyone in the scriptures, every single person on the planet has a biblical name, and their biblical name is Esau, Edom. They are the wicked that the Bible speaks of. There's a wicked race of people, you see, because the Lord, he made everything in twos. He made wicked and he made righteous. He made up, down, wet, dry. As a matter of fact, let me grab that real quick before I go into this article. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiasticus. We already here, 33 and verse 15. I'll start at verse 14. Good is set against evil. So that right there lets you know that there's a good and there's evil. It's one set against the other. And life against death. There you go. You have life and you have death. So is the godly against the sinner. See, there you go. You have godly and you have sinners. The Lord created all things. He created a left and he created a right. He created wicked. He created good. You see, and he created a wicked people. He created a good people. And that's scriptural. You see what I'm saying? It says, and the sinner against the godly. So look upon all the works of the Most High. Check out all his works. And there are two and two, one against another. So you have a wicked people. You have a good people, man, or righteous people. Like I said, you got night, day, up, down, wet, dry, calm, erratic, humble, proud, negative, positive, you name it. Cold, hot, warm, cool, you name it. Every single thing has a complete opposite because our Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, is a perfect balance. Matter of fact, let me see. See if I can find that. Shalakia. And I'm just going into this lesson, and what you're going to see is, Proverbs 11 and 1. A false balance is abomination to Yahweh, but a just weight is his delight. See, a false balance. You see, you must have evil and good. You can't have good without evil. You can't have evil without good. You can't have male without female, female without male, boys, girls, you name it. Like I said, it's two against twos. So Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, he created a wicked people and he created a righteous people. And the so-called white people are the wicked. And matter of fact, we can prove that by going into Job 9 and 24. And Salakia, these are just scriptures that's coming up by the Spirit. But we're going to go off into that story and we're just going to show you that the so-called white man is the wicked that the Bible speaks of. And they've been wicked since they come out of the womb wicked as hell, man. That's their nature. They can't help it. They can't do anything otherwise. The earth, this is Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Now, I was just looking at, matter of fact, because Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, they run the earth. They run everything. They own all the banks. They're in control of all the monetary value. They're in control of all the militaries damn near. They got submarines everywhere. They're all in space. They supposedly on Mars, the moon, satellites everywhere in the skies. So-called blacks don't have nothing like that. We don't have no shit like that. You see what I'm saying? They're in control of like I said again, wars that's going on. No, matter of fact, let's prove that, because I was just in here. Let's see if it's still playing now. Now this right here is live right now. The Russian This guy, he's basically speaking, and you know, you got these a bunch of goddamn Edomites.
To upgrade the armed forces, more than 2% of the GDP every year for defense. U.S. administrations, as you well know.
See, they talking about raising the GDP, 2% of that money. So just think about it. Trillions of two is just money. That's just like the U.S. These white people, all they do is buy military shit. In the meanwhile, the bridges are terrible. Potholes every goddamn where. You tear the wheel off your car on your vehicle. The gas is through the roof. The inflation is going through the roof. But in the meanwhile, all your tax money is going towards fucking weapons. The so-called white man, they have constantly and continuously been at war. America I don't think has ever been, if they've been at peace, it's only been for a few years. This place has been warring against people in countries since they've been a country themselves, you see. But let's go to this real quick. I don't want to go too far off here. I want to get this story. It says whites only policy repealed in the Ann Arbor neighborhood after 75 years. So they had a white policy, and there's a lot of these laws. You see what I'm saying? It's still against the law, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's still against the law for Negroes to know how to read. There's a lot of laws in their books that go against you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to this very day. Now, they'll tell you that, well, they're not enforced. But this right here shows you, though, that this is the way that they think, the way that they thought of Jake, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and the way that they still think about you to this very day. So let's get a little bit of it. It says a racial covenant in an Ann Arbor neighborhood deed was finally repealed by civil rights members and community groups. The restrictive covenant existed since 1947. When you niggas can't come live with, and you, Jake, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you better realize that your fucking ass are not Americans. These people hate your damn guts, man, and they always have, and they will always hate you. And especially since they losing every goddamn thing. Why would they start to like you now? And all of a sudden, you think these people just all of a sudden they like you now? Come on, man. It says Ann Arbor's Hana neighborhood had an outdated, and it's probably some damn 1948ers, damn small hats, big ass nose. It says unenforceable and illegal whites only policy that existed in the subdivision's deed. See, they saying it's illegal, but it wasn't, and it still isn't illegal. It was on the books as a law. How is it illegal if it's a law? Now, today, they're trying to just clean shit up, but this shows you the hatred that these so-called white people have for you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. It's always been that way, and it's not going to change because this is a Esau, Edom, and Jacob fight, man. They fought in the womb of Rebecca, and they're still fighting to this very day. It says, sure, it's not enforceable, but we see it as being no different than there being a sign and an entrance to a subdivision which says whites only. And it's still, man, a lot of these cities, come on, man, it's still whites only. If you was trying to buy a fucking house in some of these neighborhoods, they're not going to sell you that house. And they're not going to tell you why they're not selling it. They're just going to be like, oh, well, we had another bidder. He just bid it a little bit higher than you did. Sorry. Yeah, right, man. And I don't even understand why you so-called blacks want to go move around these people. Why would you want to go and be around some people that for sure straight hate your fucking guts, man? It says, let's get that again. Sure, it's not enforceable, but we see it as no different than there being a sign and an entrance to a subdivision which says whites only, said Michael Steinberg. Yeah, he's a 1948er. You can tell by the name. The director of Civil Rights Litigation Committee. 2 weekends ago, neighbors joined members of the University of Michigan Civil Rights Litigation Committee to repeal the racist policy. An overwhelming majority signed to overturn it. I'm willing to bet you not all of them did. Now check out this comment right here. This is D. Yankee. While the U of M Civil Rights Litigation Committee is at it, why don't they repeal Black History Month, the NAACP, the BET Network, the SCOTUS nominee, and BLM, because all of these groups and decisions were solely created and made based on black supremacy, bigotry, hate, and pure racism. The hypocrisy is staggering. See that? This is how they think about you. You see what I'm saying? But the main point is Like I said, I'm not gonna keep it long. I just wanted let me just get this Psalms. Oh, it's like it. Psalm 73. Because what's starting to happen is, and the brother had a but damn, I might be able to find that. Let me see if I can find it. The video I was watching earlier, Salakia. The brother, and he had this Edomite, the so-called white chick. She was, just basically just going to hell in, like, we're doomed, basically. Let's see, no, that's not what I want. I want Psalm 60. What is that, 64? Psalm 64 and 8. It says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. See, this right here is them telling on each other. This is a telling tale right here to let you know that in 2022, they still have laws on the books from 1947. And there's plenty more of these laws, man. It's plenty of these laws, man, that's still on the books, man. Matter of fact, let me just I want to get ahead of myself, but let's check this out. Let's see. Is it still a law? It's still a law that says is it still a law that says, put it in like this, it's illegal for Slovakia to know how to read? Because I think that's still a law that's on the books. Because it's against the law for us to know how to read. And it may be still on there. Let's see what we get here. That's why here we have to look up certain things, man. Let's see. Popping up kind of slow here. Okay, they have how Tennessee law now makes it illegal to teach black history. See, this 2022. You see what I'm saying? Let me see. Yeah, this is black codes of Jim Crow laws. It says some states also restricted the kind of property black people could own. Of course, we're not black, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just a negative connotation that they gave us. We're Hebrew Israelites. It says the Reconstruction Act of 1867 weakened the effect of black codes by requiring all states to uphold equal protection under the 14th Amendment, particularly by enabling black men to vote. Okay, that's not what we wanted. Anti-literacy laws in the United States between 1740 and 1834. Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, North and South Carolina, and Virginia all passed anti-literacy laws. South Carolina prohibited teaching slaves to read and write, punishable by a fine of 100 pounds and 6 months in prison. I want to see if this shit's still on the books to this day. And I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. Well, anyway, I'm pretty certain it is. But let's see if we can go off into this one video though, because I may be able to find it. Slovakia. Let me see, because I was kind of watching it way back in the history here. What was that? Trying to think. No, that wasn't it. No, I'm not seeing it right off. But the brother, he had up a video with this one lady, and she was going in like talking talking about let me see. Yeah, he was it was a video of him going in talking about yeah, it's not coming up. It could have been somewhere else that I was watching it at. It's a Lakia. This is it right here. Let's see if it'll play real quick.
Hold on, man. We gonna get this work.
See, same scripture. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves.
Dear
All
white
that see them
people,
shall flee away.
that thing that we're feeling in our neck right now, that inability to breathe or swallow, and everywhere we turn, we're slapped in the face with how horrible we are, that's called the tides of motherfucking change. Don't run from it, because it's going to find you. No matter what crevice you go and hide in, no matter what bed of a person of color you go and try to pretend that you're in love with, or how many children that are non-white you spew out of your vagina, it's coming for you. I firmly and 100% am ready to embrace it. I've been waiting for this. Patiently waiting. What's happening right now, white people, is that we're choking on our own supremacy, our own fragility, and our own fucking privilege. Fucking sucks, doesn't it?
And there you have it. She's one weird looking ass Edomite too, you know. But see, she's talking about she's patiently waiting to embrace it, but she has no idea what's about to happen to them, man. She has no idea. Matter of fact, let's go into she has no idea what's to come to them, man. Let's get this Isaiah 14. So lucky I'm in a spot where it's just, matter of fact, let me go into this other, not going to this one, it's 1611. Moves a little bit quicker than the blue letter. Sometimes when I'm in this area I get bad signaling, but let's get see, she has no idea what's to come for her people, man. Well, she thinks that she wants to smoke. She thinks that she wants what's to come, but trust me when I tell you, she don't want that, man. Isaiah 14:21, it says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. See? So she has no idea that, and they talk all that crap. Well, I had nothing to do with it. We are sorry that our, some of them tell you they sorry that their parents own slave, but it wasn't me personally. It wasn't I. But see, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, he deals with the people as a race, man. He deals with the whole nation of people, and he deals with those individual people that are within those nations. So let's get see if this is what I want here. Yeah, Job 34:29, just to prove the fact that the Lord, he deals with nations and he deals with individual people. When he giveth quietness, who then can make trouble? This is Job 34:29, Salakia. When he giveth quietness, who then can make trouble? And when he hideth his face, who then can behold him? Whether it be done against a nation, see, or against a man only. So Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, he deals with whole nations the same way he dealt with us as a nation, the Hebrew Israelites. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are Hebrew Israelites from your respective tribe. And he dealt with us as a nation and placed us into captivity throughout all the four corners of the earth because we broke the covenant that we first made with him, you see. But he's calling us back, and we're going back into our original state. And in the kingdom, the new kingdom to come, see, because our Lord is not some blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy. That boat didn't sail. They can't keep pushing that shit. That shit is over with. And everybody is starting to leave these Christian churches. But what's going on is the Lord is breaking their asses down, and he's raising us up back to our natural state, you see. So there's going to come a time where in the new kingdom, we're going to be on top like how we've always been on the bottom. It's going to be a role reversal. And that's what's happening right now. That's pretty much about what she said in so many words. Now let's go to the book of Revelation. Let's go to Revelation 13, chapter 9. 13, verse 9. I'll start there. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. See, she said that she's patiently waiting, but we're patiently waiting. This is what we're waiting on. We're waiting for those same people that brought us into captivity, for us to have them in captivity, because that's what the new kingdom is going to be like. You see, that's what the Lord is coming. The Lord is coming to dominate the earth, man. And there are going to be people that are under subjection under him. And that's every nation that's on this planet. The same way that the Israelites have been underneath them, they're going to be underneath us in the new kingdom. Because heaven and hell is a condition. You see? It's a condition. We're in hell right now, living underneath the so-called white man. We're in hell right now, and they're in their heaven. I was just, like I said, I was trying to pull, the video from this meeting, or this let me see. Let me go back. Let me see if I can pull it back up. But as you can see, when I was looking at it, they had this big ass, or the congressmen, so to speak, or their speakers, number Esau Edom.
German Chancellor get when he laid out his essentially new military and defense.
See, they got this guy. He's speaking, but when this guy was making a speech in the background, it's nothing but the so-called. It's like 200-300 so-called white people in there clapping. You might have seen a Jake here and there, but overall, this is their kingdom and they're running things, man. So that's why you can have something like this right here go on in America still to this very day. And see, by them putting away this law, what is that going to do? That's not going to do anything. That's not going to have Yahweh Bashim Yahushua be less severe on them. You see, what's going on is the Lord is placing that spirit in them to tell on themselves. And like
we'll hear that in a moment when we hear the speech. Really quite massive.
Like I said, once you go off into the comments, these crackers are proud as hell, man. They refuse to let you Jake go, man. They feeling as if you niggas shouldn't have nothing. This is their country. They're feeling like, but see, right now they're starting to feel the grunt of what they're losing. They're losing right now. That's why you had something like January 6th where these fuckers stormed the Capitol. And then they try to act as if it was just something regular. Oh, that was just some few people that was out of hand. Yeah, right. This is going on throughout all the globe where they calling themselves Europeans. When actually they're Esau Edom. That's their biblical name. They're Edomites. See what I'm saying? So, hey, it is what it is with that. I just wanted to just bring this out to just show that 75 years in the making, this was a law 75 years ago that they just getting rid of this law right now in 2022. That you niggas couldn't come nowhere near that neighborhood. And it's a bunch of these. That shit still go on, and they know it. In certain places, I don't give a shit how much money Michael Jordan got or whoever the hell else got. They not letting you niggas in, man. You're under those curses, man, of Deuteronomy chapter 28. So with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwam Yashala.